Most gardens don't fail all at once, they decline slowly. Year by year, something shifts. The soil that felt loose and productive in the beginning becomes heavier and harder to work. Pests that were manageable in year one show up earlier and in larger numbers by year three. Yields that were strong at the start quietly taper off, even though you're doing the same things. Most gardeners blame the weather or the seeds or bad luck, but the pattern isn't random. It's structural. Gardens that are managed as a series of separate decisions tend to degrade over time because those decisions don't reinforce each other. They solve one problem while creating another. Improve the soil and pest pressure increases. Spray pests and soil biology suffers. Add more fertilizer and the system becomes dependent on it. But there's another way to run a garden, one where each part supports the others and the system improves instead of declines, where the soil gets richer without constant inputs, where pest pressure drops without spraying, where yields increase without expanding the space. I've been building this kind of system for 3 years, and each season it requires less effort and produces more food than the one before. In this video, I'm going to show you the 6 elements that make a garden compound instead of collapse. Stay to the end because the 6th element is the one that ties everything together, and it is the reason some gardens improve for decades while most peak in year 2 and slowly decline. The first element is no-till soil management. Every time you till, you break the structure the soil spent an entire season building. Fungal networks are disrupted, earthworm channels are destroyed, and the soil compacts again within weeks because the biology that held it together has been reset. No-till reverses that. You add compost on the surface and let biology pull it down. Mulch protects the top. Roots from previous crops decompose underground, leaving channels for water and air. Each season the layers build on each other. The soil becomes darker, softer, and holds moisture longer. I stopped tilling 3 years ago, and each season since I've needed less compost because the soil biology is cycling nutrients on its own. By the 3rd season, the soil was noticeably darker, held together in crumbles instead of dust, and plants rooted faster after transplanting because the fungal networks were intact and waiting for them instead of being destroyed and rebuilt from scratch. That's the first compounding effect. Soil that improves itself instead of needing to be rebuilt every spring. The second element is crop rotation. When the same crops grow in the same place repeatedly, nutrients deplete and soil-borne diseases build up because their host plants are always present. Rotation interrupts both cycles. Heavy feeders like tomatoes follow legumes that restore nitrogen. Root crops follow fruiting crops to access deeper soil layers. Leaf crops follow roots to rebalance the surface. Over a full 4-year cycle, every bed is depleted, restored, and stabilized in sequence. I've run this for 3 full cycles now. Beds that once needed heavy compost produce strong crops with a light top dressing. The blight that used to appear by late June has not returned in properly rotated beds, and you cannot spray your way out of a rotation problem. Fungicides treat symptoms on the plant but do nothing to reduce the pathogen load in the soil. Only time without the host crop does that, and rotation provides that time for free. The third element is succession planting. Most gardens plant once in spring, harvest in summer, then stop. That leaves months where the soil sits empty and the garden produces nothing. Succession removes those gaps. Cool season crops go in early: lettuce, peas, radishes. As they finish, warm season crops replace them the same day. As summer winds down, fall crops fill the gaps. 2 to 3 harvests from the same soil per season. The compounding effect shows up in soil health. Roots in the ground continuously feed the biology from March through November instead of just May through August. Beds running succession planting build better structure faster than beds that sit empty for months. And each transition is an opportunity to add a thin layer of compost that keeps the system fueled without heavy seasonal applications. I keep seeds for the next wave pre-sorted and ready, so there is zero gap between pulling a spent crop and sowing the replacement. Empty days are lost days. The fourth element is biological pest management. Instead of reacting to pests after they appear, this system prevents them structurally. Aromatic herbs planted among crops, basil between tomatoes 8 to 10 inches from the stem, dill among brassicas, marigolds along bean rows, disrupt the scent signals pests use to locate targets. An insectary strip along one edge, sweet alyssum, yarrow, dill, provides habitat for beneficial insects. Nasturtiums around the perimeter act as trap crops that concentrate pests where predators can find them efficiently. These layers strengthen every year as beneficial populations establish and overwinter. I installed an insectary strip 3 years ago. By the second year, I stopped finding hornworms on my tomatoes. Parasitic wasps from the yarrow were finding them before I did. That defense gets stronger every year without additional effort. The first season is subtle. By the third season, the system is self-sustaining. The fifth element is perennial infrastructure. Annuals produce most of the food but reset every year. Perennials create continuity. Fruit trees at the borders, apple, pear, plum, produce for decades once established. Berry bushes along fences, blueberries, raspberries, return stronger each season. Perennial herbs near the kitchen door, rosemary, thyme, sage, chives, survive winter and are ready in early spring before any annual is planted. Asparagus and rhubarb produce for 20 years from a single planting. This layer fills the transition months that annuals cannot cover. Berries in June before tomatoes ripen, herbs in March while soil is too cold for seeds, fruit in October after summer winds down. A blueberry bush produces a handful in year 1 and pounds by year 4. A fruit tree takes a few years to establish but then produces hundreds of pounds annually for the rest of your life. I added blueberry bushes, a raspberry row, and a permanent herb patch 2 years ago. Even in their early stages, they are filling exactly the months my annual garden cannot. The compounding effect of perennials is the most dramatic because the trajectory is always upward. More production, less maintenance, every year. The sixth element is cover cropping. The piece most gardeners skip and the reason many systems plateau instead of continuing to improve. Whenever a bed sits empty for more than 3 weeks, a cover crop goes in. Winter rye, crimson clover, buckwheat, or field peas depending on the season. These protect the soil, suppress weeds, and add massive amounts of organic matter when chopped and left on the surface. Leguminous covers like clover fix nitrogen for free, pre-fertilizing the next planting. Chop cover crops at the base 3 to 4 weeks before planting and leave roots and tops in place. You are improving structure, feeding biology, and adding fertility from a single action that costs a few dollars of seed per bed per year. I started cover cropping 2 seasons ago, and the difference was visible within the first 2 weeks of the following spring. Darker leaves, thicker stems, faster establishment. A bed cover cropped for 2 consecutive winters is measurably better than one cover cropped once. The effect stacks every year. When all 6 elements work together, no-till, rotation, succession, biological pest defense, perennials, and cover cropping, the garden stops behaving like isolated tasks and starts functioning as a system. No-till preserves the biology that rotation and succession keep active. Rotation prevents the disease that would undermine no-till gains. Succession keeps roots in the ground feeding the biology. Companions build a pest defense that strengthens annually. Perennials add permanent production that increases every year. Cover crops accelerate improvement during every gap. Nothing operates in isolation. Everything reinforces everything else. That is what makes the system compound. Gardens built this way do not peak in year 2 and decline. They get better in year 3 and year 4 and year 10. If you are just starting out, you don't need all 6 at once. Start with no-till and mulch. Add rotation next season. Layer in succession planting. Install a small insectary strip. Plant 1 perennial. Scatter cover crop seed on your first empty bed in fall. Each element strengthens the whole system. And once they are all running together, your garden stops being something you maintain and becomes something that maintains itself. That is the garden system that gets better every year.